The Glavan Ford Locker Room Show takes us inside of Clay Center Tiger track and field as we're joined by 5 of the 6 seniors. Grant Smith is working today, it sounds like, out in the field. So, Trenton, we'll start with you. I'm going to have you guys introduce yourselves and who your parents are.
So my name is Trenton Watt, and my mom is Tabitha Kurtenbach.
Levi Musselman, I'm the son of Mike and Melanie Musselman.
Jordyn Schnell, my parents are Alex and Stephanie Schnell.
Megan Wright, my parents are Wes and Kristen Wright.
Luke Young, my parents are Tyson Crystal Young.
And Luke, we'll start with you. You're going to give the viewers and listeners an idea of what events you're competing in this year.
Discus.
I'm in the 4x1 and the 100 and sometimes the 200.
Okay.
I throw discus and occasionally shot put.
100 and 200.
I just do the 800.
So we've got middle distance, we've got sprinters, and we've got throwers all on hand. You guys come off of an event yesterday in Minneapolis. Talk about how that was for you, Trent. We'll start with you.
I mean, Minneapolis was fun. It's always fun, and it's just good to compete. So I was really happy about that.
Levi, were you happy with your times yesterday?
Yeah, 100 was okay time. 200, I like that better.
Good. Jordyn, I know you had a second place in the discus, so were you happy with the distance? I know the place is good.
I was hoping to PR, but the distance was still better than what I've been able to do, so I wasn't upset about it.
Yeah. Megan, I know you had multiple medals with the different events. You were in 2 relays yesterday, right?
No, I was just in the 4x1.
4x1,
and then
okay.
the 200, and I PR'd in both.
Nice. Very good. And Luke, you had a medal as well in the discus.
Yeah, I didn't throw great, but I was consistent.
So what's the plan now going forward? You guys have the league meet, you have regionals. Obviously, it's all about getting to state. But are there certain things as a thrower, Luke, that you guys prepare yourselves going forward different than the regular season?
We just really hope for good conditions. We haven't had a lot of meets with a mix of a good ring and a good condition. We've had rainy, muddy weather, windy, and really bad rings.
Yeah. I know it affects everyone. Megan, for you, is there certain things you work on to get different speed work in at this point of the year, or is it just kind of the stay the course?
I think we're kind of doing the same thing we've been doing all year. We do like speed drills and wickets, things like that to get moving.
Yeah. Jordyn, for throwers, and this would have been a good one for Luke too, but the conditions affect everybody. Does the wind affect not just after the throw is gone, but also your balance?
Yeah, the wind actually plays a pretty big part into when you spin, you need perfect balance, and if it's too windy, it'll knock you over, and it's just going to affect your throw completely.
I mean, I would guess. I never threw the discus, so that was my guess. Levi, for you, since we're talking weather, it's never fun to run into wind. I don't care if it's a short distance or a long distance.
Yeah, the wind really affects your running. I mean, affects me. If it's a good day, I mean, good PR, but if it's windy, I mean, you could PR when windy, but it's really hard too. So.
Trent and I have run a little bit of distance over the years.
Have
and
you?
it is no fun when you're hitting the
Sucks.
wind, especially if you're coming down toward the end or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
What is it like for you?
I mean, it's really the same. If you have a bad day, you have a bad day. If you have a good day, you have a good day. But for the end of the season, just more intensive workouts and more miles to put in to get ready. So
as you guys get ready, I asked before we started our filming, how many days were left till graduation? The quick answer was 6 for Megan because that's how many days you have left actually in school, but it's about a week till graduation. So as you get prepared for this final run, and I know sometimes it sneaks up on everybody,
Yeah.
but what are some things that stand out to you, or something that really stands out to you? It doesn't have to be track and field, just in your years here at CCCHS.
I'd say just the teachers. They're the ones that really stand out for me because I feel like they're my heroes, and being able to be taught and stuff has really been a blessing to me. And
Yeah, cool. Levi? And you guys don't have to be serious, but good answer all the same.
I would like to go on to what Trenton said. I mean, teachers and all the staff around to help us, and yeah.
Cool, that's great.
I mean, going into education myself, teachers definitely played a big part, but I really look forward to going to throw at practice, just messing around, but also everything's still being pretty serious.
Are the throwers kind of their own little clique?
Yeah.
It probably should be that way. Megan?
I guess the thing that stuck out to me is just like going to state in a lot of my sports, and that's been really fun. And track is included in that, so.
For sure, yeah.
I'm kind of with Megan on the overall improvement in all of my sports.
And what a year it's been. I had the Tiger Band on last week, and they were getting ready to send off the choir. And they've been busy sending you guys and teams off all year long. So let's give them one more send-off. In 3 weeks, we'll be headed to the state championships. Good luck at league. Good luck at regionals and qualifying for state. We appreciate you guys a bunch. That's Tiger Track and Field on the Glavan Ford Locker Room Show. The Glavan Ford Locker Room Show continues with Tiger Track and Field, and we're joined by the head coach of Tiger Track, that is Tyler Nelson. And Coach, you guys are headed down the home stretch. I asked the seniors as they look at the final 3 events and these days winding down, you could see that kind of look of it really is here. I know it's the same for the coaches and the teachers, and they mentioned them in the interview, how important you guys are to them and wrapping up their high school career, but it hits you guys too, doesn't it?
And particularly with this group, they're such a great group of seniors, and hopefully we get to keep a huge number of them all the way through the state meet. That's the goal. It's where we start the season, and a lot of them have that opportunity.
Yeah, the goals going in, this is a league meet coming up, and then you go to Bueller for regionals, and that is what it's all about. We know that. But the successes you guys have had leading up to that, both individually and as a team, I think is important to build the confidence up.
Oh, yeah. Grant dropped under 10 minutes for his 2-mile the other day when we were at Abilene, and that's just a huge mark for him to make and sets him up real nicely. He's been under 4:30 in the mile. Which, once again, at the regional meet is going to set him up real nice. And we sort of use the league meet to set up for the region, one last chance to get stuff accomplished before you walk in there. But that's what we're looking at. That's what we use all of our meets for, is just getting ready for those last couple. And I just got a shout out to Luke Young, who had an entire series in the 130s yesterday in the discus. That's pretty big.
Yeah. He took second, and he didn't allude to the fact that he had done something as special as that. The throwers and the sprinters and the runners, I kind of brought this up to them, but as big as the team is all together, they kind of have their own little niche they fit into. Is that fair to say?
That is fair. We start on the track all together every practice, and we spend 10, maybe 15 minutes together. And then when we get that, well, we call it a warm-up, but it's really some flexibility stuff. And once we're done with that, then the throwers go their way, the distance runners go their way, some of the jumpers might go a separate way, and then, of course, the sprinters go their direction. So, yeah, we each end up having little corners that we go to.
I asked the athletes that rep your 5 of your 6 seniors, I said, are there different ways you're attacking preparing now compared to earlier in the season, and they pretty much said staying the course. Do they not realize there's a few little wrinkles you were throwing at them, or is it just kind of continue to make the strides?
You don't have Grant here.
That's a fair point.
Because Grant would say, oh yeah, we've gone from doing 400s at 75 to now all of a sudden we're doing 400s at 66. And we don't do as many, we take more rest, but the distance runners go from long to being shorter and faster. The sprinters, because they're short and fast, they're just going to stay short and fast. Right. But yeah, there's a few things that we do, and of course we're experimenting constantly at the meets to go, what's our best combinations, and we're feeling like we're pretty closed in on that now.
Yeah, very good. Well, it's an exciting time, I know, for the seniors, but also for all the athletes right now getting prepped for the postseason, and we'd love to have a bunch there in Wichita, I know that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Coach Tyler Nelson with us on the Glavan Ford Locker Room Show.